Okay, so let's talk about markers. This is what a level 1 marker would be like. So that's a level 1 because 1, they're not taking care of the markers and putting caps away appropriately. 2, there's white spaces and they're not coloring inside the line. Here would be a level 2. Caps are on the back of markers. I'm coloring inside the lines, but I'm still leaving gaps and sometimes there's some mistakes. I am putting caps back on when I'm done, and usually a 2 would be like if you choose to use a dried up marker. So if you take that purple marker out and you notice it's dried out, you should switch it out for a new marker instead of using a dried one. And here is a 3. Cap always goes on the back of the marker. I'm actually gonna use this pink color. So again, when I'm coloring inside the lines, I really like to do the edges first. So that I don't get outside the lines. That really helps me. And I like to use the side of my marker, not the tip. So I like to use the long side, not the tip. And that's really gonna help me color the quickest because I'm using the largest surface area of the marker. The surface area is long and not a small itty bitty tip. So now that I've outlined it, I can go through, and when we use markers, we wanna use really nice, smooth lines. Going like this, that you can see those lines when you use markers. So we don't want to do that. We want to use nice, smooth lines, because again, we can see the lines of the marker even after we're done. Another thing is, if you are using a small marker when you should be using a big marker, or vice versa, where you are using a big marker and you should be using a small marker, that is also going to impact the grade that you have because it's going to impact the way your art looks at the end. So you want to be using big markers when you should be using big markers, and smaller markers when you should be using smaller markers. Obviously, we know 3s and 4s. We can get 3s and 4s by outlining shapes and colors. And then we know that a 4 is something extraordinary. So I'm going to show you that sped up.